What are your impressions of, obviously, this first chance we've had to talk to you about after the whole coaching change, but the whole process the last few months, what's it been like for you?
It's just been work. I've kind of just put my head down and work. Even with all the cameras, I even kind of try to avoid all that. But I put my head down and work. That's all it's been for the past couple of months.
What's it been like living under Charles Kelly so far this offseason?
He's got an amazing resume. It's funny. We watch film and it'll be like Jalen Ramsey, and then it's Derwin James. It's Pat Surtain, like all the best DBs in the league. Like he'll be like, all right, watch this guy do it, and so it's like you can trust him because of all the people that he's coached and the products that he's made.
Did you get your number today?
Yeah, I got my number today.
Talk about your decision to stick with 43, and was that a big moment for you, having a new staff come in and earn it?
Oh yeah,
pretty early on.
It's validation kind of thing. 43 is just what I've always worn. I think my freshman year was really the only time I've ever not worn it. It's what my dad wore in college and high school, so it's stuck with me. Since I've been little.
They've brought in a lot of safety transfers. Has that motivated you?
Nah, I just look at it the same way. If I was saying I was changing the way I work, then that would mean I wasn't working hard before. You know what I mean? So I just kind of try to keep what I've been always doing.
To kind of go off that, are you guys still playing mostly 2 safety? Do you have any 3 safety looks so far?
It just depends on which group, because right now sometimes it's a safety at the nickel spot, sometimes it's a corner. It's just seeing who works, seeing what works.
You're working against Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn. A lot of new wide receivers coming in. What do those matchups look like, and are they more difficult than prior? And what do they look like overall?
It's good work. It's the kind of guys we're going to see in game. Or even better than the guys we're going to see in the game. So, it's if you can make practice as close to a game as possible, it'll make the game that much easier.
What challenges have you faced going up against such a high tempo offense on the defensive end?
Got to stay conditioned because it is tiring. That's there's a lot of running around, but if we get stops, then it lets us slow down a little bit. So get stops.
Do you notice a big difference just in terms of the overall talent in this program when you go out there now, as you kind of think back to previous seasons here?
Yeah, for sure. We brought in, I don't know how many guys, but there's going to be talent that gets brought in. That's for sure. There's more coming.
Seems like you've been working alongside Cam, and Craig. What's that partnership been like, and as you've been trying to get to know him off the field as well?
It's good. We have a lot of the same we have a lot of the same play style wise, and it's actually good because he's more of a vocal guy, so I don't have to say as much like when we get into a huddle kind of thing. I'm just more talking on the field. But it's been good though. We work really well together.
How do you feel like you've improved since last season?
Just mainly for me, man coverage. Playing against covering receivers more often than mostly just tight ends every time. Feel a lot more comfortable with that.
How would you say the buy-in has been from all the guys that have been here previously before Coach Brown was hired?
Guys are buying in. People with all the coaches, all these guys are NFL guys, guys who have had success. That they've done it before, so you can really buy in, like you said, and believe what they're teaching us.
What do you think of some of the biggest things that you learned last season with just the struggles that you guys had, and just obviously having to make a lot of open field tackles? What do you think was the biggest thing that you learned personally?
Well, it definitely made me better at open field tackles, but just that was just the whole adversity kind of thing. Things are going to turn around.
Trevor, the fans are obviously very excited about what's going on here with Coach Brown coming in. Are you excited about it? And as you see that the spring game is sold out, and there was like 1,900 people here last year for that game.
Yeah.
45,000 this year. Are you excited about all this stuff going on?
Of course, it's always great. Even when we weren't having success, we were getting a lot of fans in. If it can continue to be like that and even more, it's what you live for. That's what you play for. It's awesome when you have thousands of fans rocking the stadium always.
Anything else from Trevor?
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.